Hey everybody, it's Steve here, and welcome back to Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. In the previous video, we got through the second palace, so now we're heading on to the third one, but there's a lot that we need to do before we get there. We need to, first of all, get the hammer. We're not going to be able to progress without that. We also need a way to get out of the last town that we were in where we picked up the life spell. You can't just simply exit the town to get to Death Mountain. There's something that you need. Wow, this is going to turn off kind of boring right off the bat. I'm just kind of fighting the same group of enemies over and over again here. There's a lot of traveling involved in this game, obviously. No, not again. Oh, yeah. At least it's the easy round, I guess you'd call it. But still. Now, again, I wonder, what I should edit out, what I shouldn't, but it doesn't take that long, so, no, get away from me, get away, crap, I don't want to deal with this. Yeah, I hate the Gorias. I find them to be the most difficult enemy of the game. I mean, there's one more that we haven't seen yet that we're going to see coming up. They're these, like, axe-wielding enemies. But, I mentioned those boulders there in the road. That's, the roundabout point of this video. That's what's going to be involved, is getting the hammer in order to start breaking through some of those boulders in the road so we can progress onward. This is just some random area. There's nothing here. I don't know why they simply throw you into this area where there's nothing, but what I'm looking for is right here. Again, without some kind of help, how would you know to go to this random part of the forest area? This is Bagu, and he wants us to show his note to Riverman. How very vague. It's very ambiguous as to as a lot of things of the games of the day. I really have always said I don't see how you would get through these without any help, anyone who couldn't tell you what to do or where to go, because honestly it's ridiculous. But anyway, we gotta get across this stupid bridge again. But anyway, we're gonna get back to the town where we got the life spell, and we're going to show the note to the Riverman as Bagu wanted us to, and what that's going to do is allow us to exit the town and basically get across this river here. As long as we're here, we might as well refill our life. I don't know the exact locations of the homes where that is. It's you're just the woman that we found the mirror for, so who cares about that? We already did that. We already got the life spell. Here's a theme of this, and like in Castlevania 3, the images of crosses. Again, I don't know if that would fly in games of today. I mean, obviously, I'm not offended by it at all, but we gotta be PC and respect religions and whatnot. And some of these older games did have religious symbolism in them, such as crosses. And anyway, this is the Riverman, and since we know Bagu, apparently Bagu's very important. Only people who know him are allowed to get out of this town. But anyway, he makes the bridge appear for us, and now we can cross the river and move on to Death Mountain. Death Mountain is, you would think, would be the final area of the game. It's the last area of the first Legend of Zelda. So you think it'd be kind of the final area of this game as well, but it's not. They kind of put it early in the game. It's just this long, complicated maze of caves and whatnot. It's not that much of a maze if you simply keep heading to the right, kind of down and right. You'll get out no problem, and you'll also pick up the hammer at the end of it, all the way at the end of it. But yeah, just keep heading right, and then if there's ever a choice to go down, do that. Starts off fairly simple. We're going to encounter those axe-wielding enemies I mentioned, but like I said, I still find the Gorias to be such a pain in the ass with those boomerangs. But that's our sole purpose for coming through Death Mountain, is to get the hammer. That's really the only point. Because afterwards we're just going to end up right back, you know, where we were before. So, you know, as with a lot of this game, it's just a roundabout way of getting to your objective. I don't know, the bats are kind of a pain in the ass too. I said that, you know, the Graias were a pain, but the bats I don't really care for either, because you never know which way they're going to swoop, left or right. But we got some pretty good life going. Ignore this elevator, but here's the axe wielders. There's two forms. One that just swings the axe like this guy, and then there's another one that will actually throw it. They're kind of a pain in the ass, but not so much more than the iron knuckles in the palaces. Really, you just jump and kind of hit them in the head in between their swings. Yeah, we're just going through Death Mountain. So what can we talk about while we do that? I know I haven't made a video in a couple days, in quite some time, and even when I was, it was kind of like every other day, and I kind of broke my upload every day rule that I kind of put on myself. But you know, A, it's this game, and B, it's been a very busy week, not only at work, but with my back out of commission the way that it has been. It's really been a difficult week. I've just been exhausted, and I just really haven't felt like doing much of anything. Saturday night there was a company party at a country club, and that was kind of cool. Had a good time at that. The only thing I could have done without would have been the couple drunk people at my table, but I guess that's the way it goes, you know. But anyway, I won't talk too much about that, because you never know who's listening, you know. I guess that's one thing I was thinking about is that what if people at work like stumbled across this channel, you know? I mean, and I don't talk about work obviously, but just in general, like, what would they think of me? You know, it's like they'd be like, God, you're pathetic. You know, of course they probably already think that. I don't know. But yeah, my back, it's better than it was, but it's still, it's not right. You know, there's something wrong with it, and it's obvious, and I've definitely been in some pain this week. You know, work hasn't helped any, you know. It like right now, it doesn't feel too bad. It aches, but these things are a pain. But all it takes is, you know, getting into work and straining it, basically. Because my job does involve lifting things. It does involve crouching and bending. I've said this all a million times, I know. There's just no way around it, and I can't let anything stop me from doing my job, you know. But at what point I can't help but wonder, you know, how much further damage am I doing? Oh, come on. Jump. No? Alright. Do it that way then. I can't help but wonder how much further damage I'm doing by continuing to, you know, plug along and try and act like nothing's wrong when something is. And I wonder how much damage I'm actually doing to my back. You know, I mean, I know I've got you go for so long without having any problems, and then when you do, it makes you realize that it's something you really need to deal with. I'm about to die here. Oh, jeez. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Crap. And there we go. I called that one a mile away. And I've got one life left, alright. In our travels, we will be, once we get through Death Mountain, there will be a second, have I picked up 2 extra lives already? Maybe just 1, I don't remember anymore. There will be, a 1-up that I'll be able to pick up. Oh, these things are crazy. Yeah, but I just can't help but wonder, you know, how much damage I'm actually doing to my back by kind of ignoring the problem and just carrying on. I don't know. Yeah, these guys are, you've got to get like in a rhythm, or in a certain, you know, stab back kind of thing. Excuse me. Oh, are you serious? Alright, well, I can at least use my life spell, right? Alright. that life spell is a savior, I'm telling you. So I've mentioned before what a hypochondriac I am. I mean, I don't think I'm like really over the top bad, but anytime anything's wrong with me, I always think the worst. And you know, with my back issue, I've been like, in my head, I've already had myself like, you know, ending up like in a wheelchair and oh hey, a free magic refill. Can't go wrong there. Okay, so we're getting there. We got this cave in here. This is where we're gonna get the hammer. Just gotta get through a couple of these axe shooting guys. I think that's all that's in here. Come on. No, don't you dare. Life spell. But I'm always like wondering about like worst. Oh, come on. Worst case scenario. I'm a very worst case scenario kind of person. I will like have just these random thoughts in my head where I will convince myself, not necessarily that something bad's going to happen, or that I'm wondering, like, what's the worst that could happen, basically. And recently, there's two things that come to mind. I had a couple of days where I had convinced myself that, oh, come on, don't you dare. Oh, good grief. Shield up. Enough. Is that enough for a life spell? No. Oh, come on. Alright, anyway, we're going down here. This could end badly. Oh, and of course we gotta have one of these guys, right? I will finish what I was talking about just a second. I gotta deal with this first. Alright. Oh, and we get a magic container. Perfect. Life spell. Thank God. Okay, anyway. Yeah, I had myself convinced that I should keep like a pair of scissors or something in my car with me, because I was wondering, you know, what would happen if my seatbelt ever stuck. Like it wouldn't come undone. I would be like trapped, you know, in the car in my seat, you know, with the seatbelt locked and not, you know, coming undone. Which I guess you could kind of like extend it and kind of maybe slip it over somehow. You might be able to do that, but I just had myself convinced that, you know, which I guess the idea of being trapped in my car isn't that far-fetched, seeing as how I came and opened half the doors, more than half. My door today, it was we got some snow last night, and the windows were all frozen and whatnot. And when I went today and I left and I got in my car, I brushed the car off, but I hadn't fully scraped it. And my driver's side window was like frozen closed. Now, here's the thing. The only way that I can get out of my driver's side door is if I roll down the window and open the door from the outside. So since the window wouldn't go down, that meant that I was trapped in my car. Now, the two back doors don't open at all. So my only other option was the passenger side. I mean, that's it. It's like I'm running out of options as to how to get out of my car. It's ridiculous, and that's probably where the seatbelt issue came from. Where I had myself convinced that, you know, what if someday I can't get out of my seatbelt? Now that we have the hammer, we break this block, and that's kind of scary the first time it happens. You don't quite know what's going on when you're falling through this, you know, dizzying background. But anyway, it drops you down into this area where there's a magic container. So that's what that's all about. Now we've got the hammer, and we have to do a little bit of backtracking and use the hammer on all those. Well, there's just two of them. There's two blocks that will grant us access to some items, and then there's the one block that we got right from the start of the game that blocked our path. We can get rid of that now, so that if I should die and get sent all the way back to the beginning of the game, it'll make getting back to where I left off a bit more easier. Watch your jumps here, obviously. You could potentially get knocked down into the lava there. That wouldn't be cool. I think that's it. Okay. Kind of work our way around here, and we'll just clear the blocks out of our way. There's the one, like I said, blocking the way to from the first town to the second. Yeah, we actually got to go across the bridge first. I thought we could just go straight up, but apparently not. Oh, okay, yeah, we're gonna cross the bridge and we're gonna pick up the extra life, which we need because I'm on my last life right now. Getting very close to leveling up. I should be able to do that soon. I'm gonna shield up here because there are not because of the bubbles, but because of well, see, I went for life instead of shield because yeah. Well, there we go. My life goes up anyway, so I should have gone with shield, and I would have gotten my life refill. Anyway, whatever. We're up to 6. So, like I said, 8 is the max for all of your attributes. Down here, there, right there. Extra life. It's kind of weird. Link basically picks up a little version of himself. It's kind of weird. It's kind of like breaking the fourth wall kind of thing. It's like, you know, the game acknowledging that, I don't know, you know what I mean. The other thing that happened, this was a while ago, but I had one night where, yep, get rid of that block, and then we're gonna get rid of the one up here, and then anyway, and this one over on the right, this cave here is going to get us a heart container. So we're gonna snag that. It's pretty simple to get. And then from there, we're going to go back to a cave, kind of back like in the swamp. Break a block in front of a cave there, and we'll be able to get the water of life that a person in the next town is going to need in order for us to get the next spell. Like I said, that's how the game goes. You know, you need this, but in order to get it, you've got to get this, and in order to get that, you've got to get this, and in order to get that, you've got to get this, on and on and on, and that's kind of how it goes. But anyway, there's the heart container. Oh, Link holding up a big heart. It just makes you feel all warm and fuzzy. Anyway, there was one night a while back that I had myself convinced out of nowhere that if I went to sleep that night that I wasn't going to wake up again. And it was such a real feeling, and it was such a real thought, and it just built and built over throughout the night, that I just had myself convinced that I couldn't go to sleep, or that I shouldn't go to sleep. It was just this random thought that popped in my head, and as soon as it did, it just wouldn't go away. And I eventually, finally did go to sleep. And I remember when I woke up the next morning, it was like such a relief. It was such a big sigh, because I really had myself convinced that that wasn't going to happen. I should get that magic container, but forget it. It's almost not worth it at this point. Anyway, so that's what I'm talking about. Just random thoughts, irrational thoughts that pop into your head, things that make absolutely no sense, things that you know aren't true. The seatbelt thing could happen, I guess, technically. Oh, pee bag. So I guess it's possible. All these things are possible, but, I don't know. Living your life in a state of worry and fear all the time is just ridiculous, and I've said it before, that's what I do. So that's the water of life, and we're going to give that to somebody in the next town, and that will grant us access to our next spell, which you'll see when we get there. I've been going for almost 20 minutes. What I kind of want to do is have one video of doing everything, before the next palace, and then have one video be of the palace. It's kind of what I've been doing. I want to stick to that, but I'm coming up on 20 minutes already. No beeping. No. No. Okay, at least it's the easy one. We can do this. Just get to the next town, and I can heal myself up again, and then... Or I could just use the life spell. I could just do that. Or better yet, I could just grab this fairy. That'll work too. Sweet. Can't go wrong there. Okay, so now we're going all the way back to the new town that has been revealed to us. Yeah, that one little patch of sand there that the block was on, that counts as a space where that can spawn the enemies. It's kind of weird. So my life is full. Is this the life one? She's the life woman. The life woman. And the magic woman. No one is here but a church bell. Okay, whatever. There's a couple things in this town. Not only are we going to get our next spell, but we're also going to get a new attack, which is going to come in kind of handy. And it's actually right up there, but you got to use your jump spell to get to it. So put on your jump spell. If I can jump up there, there we go. And you simply walk down into the basement. But instead of a creepy old man this time, it's going to be like this this knight character. And he's going to teach us a very important new attack. And it is the downward stab, or the downward thrust, I've heard it called. So basically now Link can point his sword downward. He can jump like that and point his sword down, and he'll be able to stab enemies underneath him. It's pretty handy. It comes in handy. Again, it's one of those things that I almost forget to use, just because I'm so used to attacking the old way. I might as well refill magic as long as I'm here. Alright, we're almost done, folks. Bear with me. We have to give the water of life to this woman right here. And inside her house, we're going to go down into the basement where the creepy old man will teach us the fairy spell. What that does is transform Link into a fairy, and you can fly around within the screen. Again, just like the jump spell, you're only going to use it when you have to. You can float through doors with it, so that's one thing that's kind of cool about it. But I don't use it for that, honestly. I guess I should, in a way. So I guess it's a little bit more useful than the jump spell, but not much. And we're going to have to use it right off the bat in order to get to the third palace. So again, you can't get here unless you have that, and you can't do this unless you have that. I mean, it's all interconnected. Getting to the third palace, again, kind of a mystery that unless you go around talking to all the townspeople, and even then, they're little vague, obscure information, doesn't really get you anywhere. But right here in the middle of the graveyard, if you just walk south from that, oh jeez, oh these guys, yeah, they're a pain in the ass. Let's just get out of here. Anyway, just keep walking south. Link falls through the void once more, and puts us into this cave, and when we come out the other side, we'll be at the third palace. But here's where you've got to use the fairy spell. It's the only way you're going to get up there. The jump spell won't let you jump that high, so you got to use the fairy spell. And, oh, I thought that was it, but apparently it's not. This video is almost over. I swear, I promise. How many times do I always say that I would not make people watch more than 15 minutes, but I know I've done more than that several occasions. But anyway, there it is. There's the third palace, and that's where I'm going to call it quits for today. We'll get a refill right here for everything. Use my life spell, and then refill my magic, and that's that. So everyone, take it easy, have a good day, peace, and I will see you next time for more of Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link.